Have you ever had that creepy feeling that you're not alone in your own house? For one woman, that feeling turned out to be terrifyingly real. Imagine this. You live by yourself in a cozy little house. It's your safe space, but then little things start to feel off. You come home from work and you swear there's less food in the fridge than when you left. You'd bought a whole rotisserie chicken and now a leg is just gone. You brush it off. Maybe I was just really hungry last night and forgot. Then you go to take a shower and the towel you left perfectly dry is slightly damp. The dishes you know you washed are sitting in the sink, looking used. It's small, easily dismissible stuff. For months, this woman thought she was losing her mind. She started leaving herself notes, trying to keep track of things, convinced she was just becoming forgetful. It was a quiet, creeping anxiety that was slowly taking over her life. One night, the subtle creepiness turned into something she couldn't ignore. She was watching TV and she heard it. A soft thump, then a rustle. It was coming from right above her head, from the attic. Her heart hammered in her chest. The attic was just supposed to be for storage, dusty boxes and old memories. No one was supposed to be up there. Her mind raced. Was it a raccoon? A squirrel? She tried to convince herself it was anything but the one thing she feared most. Gathering every ounce of courage she had, she grabbed a flashlight and slowly, silently pulled down the attic ladder. The air that hit her was different. It didn't smell dusty and old. It smelled lived in. She shined the flashlight beam around, and there, in the corner, was a scene that made her blood run cold. A sleeping bag was neatly rolled up. Next to it were empty food wrappers, water bottles, and even a book. Someone had made a small, secret home in her attic. They had been living right above her head for months, eating her food, using her things, listening to her every move. She backed away, her hand shaking, and quietly closed the attic hatch. She immediately called the police. They didn't storm the house. Instead, they set up a discreet stakeout, waiting. Sure enough, later that day, while she was pretending to be at work, they caught him. A man trying to sneak back into the house through a small hidden entry point he'd made. At the police station, the story came out. He was a homeless man who had lost his job and his family. He'd found her attic access unlocked one day while looking for shelter from a storm and had been living there ever since. He was terrified of being discovered, so he only moved around when she was at work. He'd eat a little, use a plate, take a quick shower, and always tried to clean up so she wouldn't notice. He said he saw she was a kind person and never wanted to scare her. Now, here's where the story takes a turn you'd never expect. The woman was still shaken, of course. But as she listened to his story, her fear started to be replaced by something else. Compassion. He wasn't a monster. He was just a desperate man. So she did the unthinkable. She told the police she didn't want to press charges. But she didn't stop there. She went back to him and offered him a deal. He could stay, but not in the attic. He could stay in her guest room properly, like a human being. In exchange, he had to actively look for a job and get his life back on track. He was stunned, but he agreed. With a safe place to sleep and a little bit of help, the man got a haircut, cleaned himself up, and landed a job within a few weeks. He saved up his money, and eventually he was able to afford his own apartment. What started as a terrifying home invasion story ended in the most unlikely friendship. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, behind our greatest fears, we can find our greatest capacity for kindness.